And welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Quoth the Raven, Lewis Bright Raven. I'm your host and artist for the day, Lewis Bright Raven. And today is sketch day, live draw, and we're just going to do sketches, and they'll be available for commission or purchase and auction format. And today's starting piece is going to be a Looney Tunes Taz. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see on the scroll across the bottom of the screen, the starting bid is at $20. This also will include shipping and handling, and it'll be sent in a priority flat rate envelope with some protection as well, and it will be insured. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with blue line pencils. When I do Taz, it's kind of a box shape with a little bit of extended arms. Kind of a peanut shape for his face and tongue, because you always got to have Taz's tongue hanging out, so you kind of give him a circular shape. And then you start tightening up. Now we got a paw here. It's a circular thing, but you got to put ovals inside the circle. Okay. And then you kind of just try to connect the character's hand in there. Other side. Again, another paw. Get it, the oval shapes inside the paw. Again, you go back to the peanut shape. And then you kind of have to Draw 3 ovals, 2 for the eyes, 1 for the nose. Draw another oval here for top of the mouth. And then you kind of hook your ends to the bottom of your peanut area, because that's where your tongue is going to hang out. Now you've got the mouth, and now you got the tongue. You fill in your nose. His teeth. Get some whiskers going. Make sure you got his ear in there. Get his funky hair going. Get the coloration different for the chest. Now I kind of have to go back and check a reference real quick here. Make sure I get the eyes right. I always have a problem with his eyes. Okay. And then you start just basic oval shapes for his spin. Erase some of the looser blue line. Clean it out. And that is our quick blue line Taz. And we'll get straight into inking. Now with Looney Tunes, I tend to go with a thicker line weight. trying to make it more like an animated cell sort of thing. I'm using an 08 micron. Feel free to say hello if you're watching. Comment in the chat. Now this is probably not exactly on model to Looney Tunes. I kind of stylized it a little bit, but certainly recognizable. Again, you can bid on this piece starting at $20. Just type the word Taz and the price you want to bid in the comments section. And the winner at the end of the show can email me at the address on the screen. Someone just asked if they can. Okay, let me see if I can share this real quick. Yeah. It's a comment in a different thing, so I have to type it out. Just give me a second. Nah, never mind. I'm not going to type it. They ask if the blue line's still going to show. Yeah, you're still going to see some of the blue line underneath the illustration, which is kind of a good thing because it makes it more genuine, I guess you could say. You know it's an original because the blue lines are there. Well, I forgot to do something. Oh well. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't possibly in the way of the camera there. I try not to be when I'm drawing these. Question. This one I do have to type up. Someone just asked me, where did I get this lap board? It's not a lap board. What it is an old light box screen. The glass from the light box. It wore out, and the light box wore out, and rather than throw out a perfectly good surface that I can draw on, I decided to make it my lap board. So, sorry if I if you were looking for something like that because it's cool, but yeah, that's what it is. It's actually from a Portatrace light box, which of course, if you happen to own one and it's either wearing out or you don't mind taking it apart and putting it back together all the time, I guess you could do it, but So basically, I was just recycling a piece for something else that we're using it for something it wasn't necessarily originally intended for, but hey, it works. Let's go ahead and get inside here on these ears. Pop culture vendor says hello. Hello again. Hope you're having a good day today. Driving home. We'll chat more soon. Okay. Yeah. I don't know about you. Yeah. Keep your eyes on the road. Oh, okay. Your wife is driving. I was going to say, keep your eyes on the road. Yeah, I'm Alrighty. No, that's cool. Um, Very impressive. The titles and numbers certain artists worked on during the professionals that you were mentioning. That was Thursday night, I believe. Yeah, I shouldn't even have been there. I should have been doing my own show. Unfortunately, my guests this week kind of flaked out a little bit. Well, not really flaked out. I mean, one did, and three had actual legitimate reasons why they had to reschedule. But I'm not happy about it, but I'm not angry about it either. It is what it is. Things happen. But well, it's been a crazy week. I'm coming over the brush real quick. because that pen is a little bit tiresome right now. I don't know if it's just worn out or what. Try to get this. Brush is dry today too. Not getting the effect I want. That's okay. I got other tools. I'll find something that works. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Now, this was a request, but not a commission, so it is up for sale. They just wanted to see me draw Taz because they had seen me do other Tazes, or seen other Tazes drawn by me. So, again, this piece is available. He said he wanted to see it in black and white because he'd seen it in color and wanted to see what it looked like in line art only. So I'm doing it line art only, but if someone who wants to buy the piece wants me to color it, I'm willing to talk about that. No problem. That can be arranged. Just little touch-ups here and there. I think that'll do it. I don't know why I just did that, but I did. I selected 2020 instead of 2021. It's been so long since I've done sketches. I've put the wrong date in. That's all right. Definitely going to have to change pens, though, for the next sketch. Alrighty. So that one is done. It's a little bit funky. But it's been a while since I've drawn them, too. And that one is available for starting bid of $20. Type in Taz and your bid. I'm going to take that off the page. Okay, put that aside. Get our next piece out. This paper, that is. And the next thing I was asked to sketch was dragon. And I'm thinking, maybe I want to do a bigger piece. Let me think here for a minute. I want to do it bigger or not. Let me check the person's request real quick. Okay. I can do it on this size paper. I wanted to make sure that you wanted just the head and not the like torso and everything. Alrighty, get back our blue line here. Then we block off kind of a hexagonal shape here. Triangle for top of the thing. Another triangle for the bottom. Neck. Let's see. I want to put the eye back here or here. Let me think here. Well, I think what I'll do, yeah, okay. We'll put a horn here for a triangle there, which means the eye has to go up here. Okay. We want all right, now I have to change my banner. There we go. Before I forget to do that. Might not be the easiest thing to see with me doing blue line. I will probably go to darker pencil here in a moment. I just kind of want to get the basic out of the way. Nope, that's not what I want there. I'm going to have to erase that. Just there. Just there. Okay, that's good. It was just that when you said, you were driving home, like, well, that means you're driving. I'm like, what are you doing trying to watch my show and drive at the same time? What's going on? But, riding along and letting the wife drive or someone else drive, that's cool. It just threw me off for a minute there. And Kitty says hello to everyone. It is after 6. It means it's dinner time to him, but that's too bad he has to wait. Yep, you gotta wait, boy. Sorry. Now this sketch I might end up having to conclude tomorrow because I was planning on finishing around 7:30, depending on the light. Now, what are you doing? He just got up behind me. I don't know if he wants to try and climb my back or if he wants to try and get where the camera is. And he cannot get where the camera is. So lay down. Either lay down or go bye-bye. It's your choice. What you gonna do? Go lay down, go bye-bye. Or do you want everybody to see you? He wants everybody to see him. He's trying to get his face in the camera. There. Okay? Everybody's seeing you. Yeah, everybody's seeing you now. Oh, that's right. Purr like crazy. This is the monster known as Midnight. He wants his din din. Always. Always wants treat or din din. I gotta work, kitty. Yeah. I gotta draw. Okay? Enough, little one. Oh, thank you. He might be pretty, but he's a pain in the butt. Even Night Avenger. No, it's not been a particularly good day for Chateau Bright Rivon. Went to do lawn earlier, and none of our equipment works. Can't get the lawnmower to start. Can't get the weed whacker. It's like it's eating all the cord on it. We don't know why. So I'll have to be pretty busy trying to figure all that out. Early tomorrow. So we need to get the lawn done. Do it this way. Um, yeah, he can, when he wants to be, he can be a good companion. It's more like he wants to do other things. It's like he's like a child. He wants you to go do what he wants to do. Like everybody says, when are you going to get married and have kids? I said, I already have a kid. They're like, what? Where did you get someone pregnant? No, 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 no. Besides, at my age now, I'm a little bit old for that. A little bit out of long in the tooth. Not for marriage, but I mean, Just don't know at 49. Health wise, that would be the smartest move. I'm trying to have kids, especially with me being diabetic. But, well, you know. Pop Culture Avenger asks if I'm a big Marvel Silver Age fan. I really like that. You like the Doctor Strange run, Strange Tales, and Sanctum Sanctorum. I just got some Doctor Strange omnibus recently. I don't know exactly what it collects off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and go over and look at it. But it's not so much I'm a golden or silver age fan of Marvel. I'm kind of more like, I don't know, 77 to 90 is probably my period. But when I sound so smart online about knowing things, it's because I know where to look up information real fast if I don't know it. As a general rule of thumb. It's not all effluvia that just pops in my brain as memory knowledge. It used to be that way. There was a time where I could tell you everything you could possibly want to know about the X-Men from 1963 to 85. But I've long since given that up because it's like, first off, why would you want to do that? Know all that stuff? There's not much use to it unless you're working on the book. And the other reason is there's just other things that are more important in life than comic trivia. But when I was a teenager, yes, I was a nerd. Now, back in the mid 80s when I was a teenager, I was such a trivial pursuit type of guy in that comics thing that I actually bought all those old official Marvel indexes to Marvel's Avengers and X-Men, and I'd buy all the comics journals and all that stuff to read interviews, and I actually wrote a 300-page book on the history of the X-Men from, like I said, 63 to 85 when I was started it when I was 13. I finished it when I was about 14 and a half. And I actually originally it was for a book report on the history of the X-Men for a class, and then I just expanded it from there. But and no, I never got it like published or anything. It was just more like a pet project at the time. I really couldn't have gotten it published anyway, because really all I was doing was compiling stuff from other people's information. With a little bit of my own insights and opinions on things, but it's kind of weird. I wasn't necessarily a huge comics reader when I was a kid. I read some. Like I said, 77. Because of Star Wars, I was kind of into the Marvel Comics Star Wars stuff. I I remember reading Gold Key as a kid, but my parents were more of the notion to get me to read regular books. So they would get me weekly reader books, and sometimes it would be comic stuff like collections of Charles Schultz's Peanuts or stuff like that. But mostly it was regular books. And then my mom worked in a toy store from like 77 to 82, and that's when I kind of, like I said, she got me the Star Wars stuff, and since I like the Star Wars comics, she would get me stuff, because she always got all the comics from everybody, and so I got whatever, you know every so often I would just get a big box of comics from leftovers that hadn't sold, or if there was something I really wanted, or if it was like my birthday, they'd have a theme like Batman, and I would get like 6 months worth of Batman comics and Detective Comics in a row or something like that. And the gold keys, would be there. I think I got some Battle of the Planets from Gold Key, and I got some Ghosts of Dr. Graves or whatever it is. But I was never one that really hunted comics as a kid. It didn't really start collecting for me until I was a teenager. And I've told this story before, but what had happened was I was riding home from school at age 13 in 1985, and a kid named Brian Roseman was acting out scenes from X-Men comics that he had been reading. And I had heard of the X-Men. I'd seen the placement ads for the X-Men in the 70s Marvel's comics, but I'd never actually had read X-Men at that point. But he got me so engrossed in what he was talking about that I got off the bus at his bus stop, went home with him, and he got his first issue of X-Men, which was 196, and that was my first X-Men, and I was hooked on it immediately. And because it wasn't really a superhero story, it was a murder mystery. The people would have tried to mug Xavier, that he had survived the mugging, were out to kill him, and his telepathic powers were messed up because of his injuries. He had brain trauma. He hadn't healed yet, so he didn't know who was out to kill him or out to kill someone else. So the X-Men had to take the class and investigate all the class students to see who was involved. But anyway, that was kind of what got me into X-Men. And then that was like September of 85. And that Christmas, my parents got me the Dark Phoenix Saga and God Loves Man Kills for Christmas, and I was done for. That did it. I'm a comics guy now, so. But my mom did get all those type of comics with the Dell and the Charltons and stuff. I just didn't necessarily. It wasn't that I didn't care. It was more, I don't know. She was interested in getting me to read like Tolkien at age 8. you know, you know. So I was reading like Lord of the Rings, and I was reading um, the what do you call them? The Alfred Hitchcock and the Three Investigators series, and I was reading um, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and um, oh geez, a slowly tilting planet, I think it's called. But all those fantasy stuff that are more like teen fantasies, I was reading at a very young age. And the monster is back. He wants his dinner. It's getting dark. Hear him? Says now. He's like, I'm hungry. I'm probably not going to finish this sketch today. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. I'll actually be on in the early afternoon tomorrow, uh, unless I can get the lawnmower to start, because I got to get that lawn done. But I kind of got late today because partly because I was trying to help my dad get the lawnmower running, but also because I did not get any sleep Thursday or Friday to speak of. I kind of had to catch up a little bit. If people saw the show last night um, with Figaro, we were talking about the some of our favorite, more recent favorite kaiju films. You might have noticed I was nodding off at that point because I was like maybe 45 minutes sleep over a period of about 36 hours at that point. I was out of it. And then, of course, because of that, I was trying to force myself to stay awake. I kind of got wired at the end, and I couldn't sleep again for like until 3 a.m. Couldn't get to bed. Yeah, I've read Glenn Cook's stuff. Um, it's it's been a while. Um, I'm trying to remember how long ago that was. That came out in, I want to say, the late 80s, early 90s, but I could be mistaken. There's so much stuff I've read that it's hard for me to remember anymore. There was a time where I was such a voracious reader, I would read close to 200 novels a month. And now I don't do that. But when I was a kid, it was quite interesting because people didn't understand how I did all the things I did. It's like, how do you read so much and play D&D and do sports? It's, um, and keep a GPA as high as you do, and graduate early. And it's like, I don't know, I'm an overachiever. I think at the time, I was just too naive to know that you're not supposed to be able to do everything. And then as I got older, I'm like, this is too much. I can't do all this. The wonders of youth. But then again, when I was a kid, I didn't watch a whole lot of television. So, you don't watch television. You don't, as I got older, the more television I watched, the less interest and less time I had um, for reading and other things. So I think that's kind of why I had more time to do stuff because I wasn't a technology kid. I was in activities and go do something, either read or go out and be active type of kid. And I think that, as I got older and I kind of got interested in some of the things, television, you know, video games and stuff, that changed a little bit. Luckily, I kind of got out of video games relatively quickly. I mean, I was into video games a little bit in the 80s, but by the time Atari 2600 was done, I was done with video games for the most part. I never got into Nintendo or Sega 64s or, you know, nowadays it's the PlayStations and Xboxes and stuff like that. Never got into that side of it. I think the most there was a little bit of, like I had a VIC 20, Commodore VIC 20, and like because I was dumb and didn't like the brown of the Commodore 64, so even though the Commodore 64 was the better computer, I got a VIC 20. I was dumb, you know. Color aesthetics better. I want this one. I kind of wish they'd given us options for colors back then, but oh well. Um, like I said, we played a little bit on the Commodore computer, and even then, I had a lot of more educational games than action games. It was like typing speed games and quiz games where you ask, learn things about geography and history and stuff like that. Okay. I'm not familiar with that piece offhand, but I'll look it up sometime. Let me write that down real quick. Cool. Maybe you'll like this one enough when I get it done, you'll buy it. Got quite a ways to go on it, though. And when I say quite a ways, I do mean quite a ways. Just barely touching the surface of this. I tend to get quite detailed. If you're wondering what it's going to end up kind of like, it'll end up something like that in the details. uh, you still remember playing Pong? Yeah, I don't think I ever had the Pong game on the Atari, actually. I don't remember. Because I got it late. I didn't get Atari until like the Pac-Man game was out, so that was like the 80s. Um, I think it was like, I want to say 80. The popular games were like Pac-Man, the ET game that was kind of a fluke, or kind of they had a bunch of them, but it didn't sell. Um, Pitfall, I think, was popular. Pole position, stuff like that was like the stuff I had. And I had a lot of games. I had over 180 games on the Atari at one point, but even then, um, it wasn't like that was my go-to thing to do, because at that time I was playing. Oh, geez, I was in men's softball because we couldn't play baseball in my uh, junior high school association. They had to play men's softball, so I played men's softball in the fall. I played men's volleyball in the winter. I played intramural floor hockey uh, as well, and um, and then I also ran track. So through the end of the year, and then the summer I played um, regular baseball. So that was what I was doing. So it's like, it's not like I'm home to play video games. I was quite busy, and then if I wasn't at a game or a practice or something, a lot of times I'd be at a friend's house playing D&D. So like I said, I kept myself quite busy. And that changed, like I said, a little bit. High school was a little bit different. Um, Being a military kid, I bounced around a lot. And when I got to my second high school, um, it was very different. They didn't want me to do anything but run track. And I was like, no, thank you. Run track and run cross country. And I was like, no, if you're not going to let me play sports, just not play sports. end up playing like military base sporting intramural stuff instead, which was fun because here you are like 14, 15 years old and I'm 5'2" and I'm playing against, grown men soldiers. you know, nice challenge. And here he comes again. Don't you do it. He's thinking about grabbing my arm, trying to pull my arm down. He likes to reach up with both hands and just wrap his paws around and pull. And he's a big cat. He's actually like 17 pounds. So having 17-pound weight on your arm, all of a sudden, your arm's going to go with the weight. Time is it? Got about 10 minutes left of the show. I'll try and get the scales done on this neck. Yeah, I I've had dogs before. I just they're difficult when you're constantly moving. And being a military family, we've moved around a lot. But we had two um, pit bull boxer mixes in the '80s, and they were good animals. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. We just gotta keep going at it. It takes time to do them. Kind of gotta get that eye in there. All right. No, I don't think I saw that one. Don't think I remember seeing that. It's on Indiegogo. I don't. I tend to back more on Kickstarter than I do Indiegogo for some reason. I'm not sure why. Um, this happens to be how it works out. So I probably just missed it, but I'll try. I'll write that down and at least look at it. Okay. Something for me to do later this evening. Uh, Okay, this is the where would I find that? And is it translated to English or is it subtitled? Anyway, while I'm doing that, that is the base pencils for that dragon, and I'll come back tomorrow and finish the pencils. There's a lot of shading and gradation I'm going to put on here. I might even just do the gradation tonight after dinner, and come back tomorrow and do the inks and colors. Which would you guys prefer to see? Let me know. Roquefort, Kenneth. Yeah, I'm familiar with his artwork. I probably did see it then. Probably didn't grab me. But I'll take another look at it. Okay. What was the name of it again? Kundo. Do you know where you got the DVD at offhand? Oh, you got off eBay. Okay. All right. I'll have to see. I can't make any promises on that one. I'll look around for it. I don't have Netflix or Amazon, so that's not really an option. So, but I'll look around. I'll do some research. Again, I'll go ahead and bring this. We're going to close this up for tonight. Now, again, this will be for sale starting at $35. I'll be back with it tomorrow. I'll probably do the shading tonight later on, and then tomorrow I'll come in and finish with the colors and inks. And the Taz piece, again, this Taz piece, whoops, I gotta set it aside for a second here so I can type. There we go. This starts at $20. You can type Taz in the comment section. I haven't seen anybody type anything like that. It is at the end of the show, so if nobody wants it, that's fine. Someone will pick it up someday. That Kundo film you were saying, it's on YouTube also. Again, I'll look for it. But anyway, this one will be for 20 as is, and then that's a starting bid. And if not, no biggie. I'll give it another 3 minutes or so. Now, again, tomorrow, I'll finish up that dragon piece, and I'm probably going to try and do either a Batman or a Batgirl. I haven't decided yet. Um, they told me they wanted it a more finished piece though, so as a what they were asking for. So I may end up having to do the prelims tonight, depending on how long it takes to get the um, shading on that dragon done. But we'll see. But hopefully tomorrow, around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern, is when I'll be starting. And my kitty is going to try and pull the camera down, so I got to grab the camera. Oh, geez. Sorry about that, folks. He wanted to grab the cord and drag the camera down. He knows how to stop a show. Come here, you little munchkin. You can see he is a huge monster. Yeah. He wants his din din though. It's 7 o'clock, and that's din din time. So, again, I will see you guys tomorrow. Didn't see any mention for the Taz, so I might put it up again tomorrow. I might not. We'll see. But until then, if you have questions for me, yeah. Just give me a second here. Darn it. There we go. You can reach me on Facebook at Lewis.BrightRaven, at Twitter at LewisBrightRaven2, on DeviantArt at DeviantArt.com/BrightRaven. The channel you're watching is Quoth Raven, Lewis BrightRaven on YouTube. And to reach me on email, try Quoth Raven, Lewis BrightRaven, or Quoth Raven LBR72 at gmail.com first. And if I don't get back with you on that one, try Lewis BrightRaven at yahoo.com. And Pop Culture Venture says he'll see me tomorrow. And I hope others will see me tomorrow as well. If not, have a good weekend. And we will see you tomorrow, hopefully around 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, have a good weekend.